My name's Dennis Vinson. My wife's Diana Vinson. We've been married for 37 years. We've been at Destiny for 16 of those 37 years. I was running low on my blood pressure medication, and I just decided, well, I'll just wait till it runs out because I know I can get it same day. And I actually went into the hospital or the clinic to get my blood pressure taken. They did it 3-4 times, and they said it was really high and the pulse was really low. And the lady, she told me that my machine must not be working correctly. We're going to take you over to the doctor's office and have them check it. They did my pressure again, and my pulse was like 36. Blood pressure was skyrocketed. And they kept asking me over and over, do you have any chest pains? Are you lightheaded, dizzy, you having a hard time breathing? It's like, no, I feel fantastic. Right about the time I said I feel great, the gurney pulls up outside the room. It was there in less than 5 minutes. I'm thinking to myself, I don't feel so great now. So they sent me over to the emergency room, and they put in a pacemaker, and I was in the hospital for 3 or 4 days, and they sent me on my way. I thought everything was fine after the original pacemaker was put in. I felt good. It seemed like everything was okay until July 29th when I went to my son's house for a barbecue. Everybody was there. It was fine. We had some food, and actually just went home afterward, like just a normal family get together, and watched some TV with one of my grandkids, my oldest grandson, and went to bed. In the middle of the night at 3 a.m., I sat up in my bed. I first was shaking my arms and legs, and then I sat up in my bed, and my wife put her hands on my chest and said, honey, it's okay, it's okay. And she said I took a deep breath and then just laid back down flat. And the next thing I woke up, and it was a week and a half later. I'd missed a week and a half of my life, but there were some crazy things that went on during that time. When I was not of this world at that time, I heard praying. Then I heard a voice louder than the others. There was prayer that was starting, and then I heard a voice that was louder than the others. The prayer that I heard and the voice that I heard stuck in my mind. I mean, I knew it was there, and I knew somebody had been praying for me, but I didn't know who it was. I didn't know what was going on. I'd been home for, I think, 3 days. My wife and I decided, we really need to go to the wall and to get prayer and thank God for what he has done. Pastor Greg starts praying for me, and while he's praying for me, Kathy starts praying for me too. And at that point in time, I almost fell to the ground because I started shaking and I got cold sweats. That was the voice I heard. I heard the prayer from the church days before it happened. It was unreal is the only way I could say it's godly. I almost fell. I almost fell to the ground. And I just started worshiping God at that point. I said, this is amazing how you're doing this for me, Lord, that you're giving me these signs that it was you all along. He was there all along with the people he put in my life that were taking care of me, and the prayer that was going on, the intercessory prayer. It was just amazing. I started looking back, and all of a sudden I see that the nurse that took care of me the first time was a Christian and goes to Destiny. The emergency room head nurse, the guy who did my angiogram, was a Christian. When I got to the hospital, all the nurses I had were Christians. So God was there the whole way. He showed his power by bringing me back to life and surrounded me with his angels. I was told by the surgeon who put in the second pacemaker within the first 4 weeks that I was going to get another shock. It was going to happen. And then I went to my first follow-up appointment with my doctor, and they were surprised that it hadn't happened. So they wanted to do some more tests on me. The one test that really told me that, that everything is going to be okay and that God has still got his hand on my life and he's got a purpose for me, is that when they check the pacemaker, they do electronically, your heartbeat hasn't been irregular once since it's happened. It's performing perfectly. Everything is totally normal. She said, which is really rare. And I was just all, You don't know the God. Obviously, you don't know the God that I serve. Destiny has been where my family goes. I have 8 grandkids. They're all there. It's just a place to live life with other Christians and learn how to take what we learn there and bring it outside into our community. But your prayers are powerful. They impact life. They've impacted my life and was intercessory in saving my life. You've got to pray to God. You have to accept that God is in control. And if you can get to the point where you accept that God is in control and that it's going to be okay, in God's eyes, it's going to be okay, then you're going to have a peace that falls upon you. And whatever's going to happen, you'll be able to deal with next.
The Lord says, son, I've begun a good work and there's a foundation, but now there's going to be even a dissemination of some things, even in a greater way with others taking their place. And I just see a surrounding grace on the community that's going to happen. And you're going to see some miraculous salvations and some miraculous transformations that will take place. And the Lord says, trust me, there's things that must now flow out of the house and into the land and into the ground.